Mrs. Craigson, could you please tell me where you are? I'm very worried about you, Mrs. Craigson. We haven't seen you for days. The other maids don't seem to care that you've gone missing. You have no right to know where I am after what you've done. How dare you to even ask me that, as if you didn't do anything bad? You're not really worried about me. Stop lying. I know you don't care about me. You're right. I really don't care about you. I only pretend to because it's my job. Though I care if you end up causing us trouble by going off and doing something stupid like killing yourself. I don't want Kyle to be mourning over you when our relationship is about to go to the next level. We'd appreciate it if you didn't do anything that would get in our way. That's cold. I didn't know that's how you felt about me. After all these years of you working for us. But I'm glad that now I know your true self. I can't believe you hid that so well all these years. I'm not going to let you fool me any longer. Don't you even think of messing with me. I wasn't hiding my true self. I was just doing my job. You make it sound so dramatic. Hiding my true self and messaging with you. You make me laugh. You make it sound like I care enough about you to be messing with you. I just want you out of our lives. That's all. For someone who was supposedly trying to keep things professional, you sure seem like just your everyday, ordinary homewrecker. Sleeping with my husband is not professional at all. Please tell me how that's professional. See, you don't understand, Mrs. Craigson. Sleeping with your husband was part of my job as well at first. I didn't seduce him or anything, I swear. I was just doing my job and nothing more. How about you quit your job right now? Because that doesn't make sense at all. How can that be part of your job? Do you even have any common sense? Where in the contract did it say that you must sleep with my husband? Stop lying. I'm sure you're the one who approached him first and seduced him. No, it was your husband's order to do so. I wasn't the one who approached him first. I even refused at first, but he kept insisting and telling me that it was part of my job. You should ask Kyle and talk it out with him. I did talk to him, and you know what he said to me? He said he doesn't want to end things with you. Instead, he wants to end things with me so he can be with you. I can't believe it. I'm his wife. You guys think you can just dispose of me so easily? Just because he'd rather be with a maid. I see. It sounds like he's made up his mind. You should follow his orders, just like I do. Orders, orders. You don't have to take every single order from my husband, especially when it's one inappropriate like this. Are you going to throw yourself off the bridge if he orders you to? Do you know what else he told me? He told me all about your disgusting little plan. What are you talking about? What plan? You two are planning on getting married after he divorces me. Oh, about that. So you already know. I guess now I don't have to tell you then. Though I wish I could have been the one to tell you just to see how you'd react. That's the worst plan I've ever heard. You should reconsider this very carefully. He said he's going to divorce me as soon as possible so that he can marry you right after. That means this excuse that you're just following orders holds absolutely no weight. I know that you two are much more than just an employer and an employee now. Well, at first I was actually considering it as a part of the job I have to do. To be honest, that's how I really thought about it and nothing more. I tried to keep things professional. I thought I would just obey his orders and not catch any feelings. But as time went on and the longer we spent with each other, I think I actually did fall for him. It's true love. True love? Are you serious? This is ridiculous. Don't make me laugh. What are you, a teenager? What's wrong with true love? I know it exists because that's what my love with Kyle really is. I guess you wouldn't understand because he never really loved you after all. You've never experienced true love. Poor Mrs. Craigson. Excuse me. How can you say that about me? You don't know anything about me. If Kyle truly loved you, he wouldn't be so madly in love with me. But he loves me, not you. I know he's your first husband, so I guess that means you've never even come close to even experiencing true love. Fake love can't win over true love. So you lose. And soon I'll become his new wife and you'll be left all alone. Your time has come to an end. Well, I guess it's true that we no longer love each other. But we really loved each other at one point. So don't go saying that I never experienced true love. It's just that people change and grow apart. Love doesn't always last. Which is why I don't plan on stopping any of this. What is it with you all of a sudden? Trying to act tough? You should be getting mad at me. Why aren't you screaming and cussing me out? The other maids have already warned me about you, so I was mentally prepared. That's why I'm not mad. I'm not all that shocked either. They told me that you were a troublemaker at the previous household that you worked at. That's why they fired you and you came to work for us. Those skanks. I thought they were on my side. How dare they talk to you about me? I'll fire every last one of them after I get married. I'm sure they'll be more than happy not to work for you. Who would want to? You seem like an absolute nightmare. I doubt they would want to risk any sexual harassment from Kyle either. It's not sexual harassment. We're in love, and he's only got eyes for me. Yeah, whatever you need to tell yourself. You're just jealous because he prefers me. Anyway, good riddance to the whole lot of you. We'll hire a new group of maids that will be much better than them. At least they won't talk behind my back. I won't let them. You're way too selfish to be a maid. I don't know how you kept working as one during all these years. You think I'm being selfish? This is not being selfish at all. You'll know when I'm really being selfish. Now please, tell me where you are, Mrs. Craigson. I still have to do this as a part of my job. I have to find out where you are and report to Kyle. Like I just said, you have no right to know where I am. So you're angry with me after all. You're so simple. You were just pretending like you weren't so angry. Anyways, what would you like for dinner, Mrs. Craigson? Or do I have no right to know about that either? Someone else will prepare my dinner, thank you. I know better than to eat anything you've prepared. How about you just focus on planning your wedding and leave me alone? Wow, you are quick to move on. I thought you'd be begging Kyle to stay with you. Since I have your approval to be with your husband, I'll be sleeping in Kyle's bed tonight as well. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want. All right, thank you for your approval, Mrs. Craigson. Now, would you excuse me? I have to go back to my duties, if you know what I mean. Thank you for signing the divorce papers. I appreciate that you're taking this well. You're making it easier for us. I just wanted to let you know that Kyle and I handed them in already. Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad to know it's all over, finally. Now I don't have to see either of you anymore. I'm so excited to start this new part of my life. Me too. I'm so glad I won't have to listen to you anymore. You were so annoying. You're always nitpicking and complaining about how I don't do my job well. Now I don't have to listen to any of that crap anymore. This is so freeing. Why are you still talking to me? I thought it was over between us. You really don't have to talk to me anymore. You can talk to my lawyer if you need to know anything. I don't want to talk to you for much longer either. Thank you very much for signing the papers and getting divorced smoothly. Now we can get married soon. Yay! We finally get to be a husband and a wife. Well, good for you. Congratulations. Thank you. I'll take it anyways, even if you don't mean it. Take it however you want to. Just stop talking to me. From now on, my lawyer will be talking to you two instead of me. We still have some things to sort out, like the money and the rest of the assets. Oh, right! I guess Kyle is going to have to pay you some alimony, huh? But he said it wasn't much to pay, so it won't affect us or our wedding at all. But I guess it'll be a lot for you, isn't that right? You won't be able to live a luxurious life like you used to, but I guess you need that money to survive. Enjoy being poor. I think you're misunderstanding something. I'm going to be just fine. If anyone is going to be strapped for cash, it'll be you. Yeah, right. Do you even realize who you're talking to? You know who I'm going to be from now on. I'm going to be Kyle's wife. Do you know what that means? That means I won't have to work again for the rest of my life, and I can finally start living large like I always wished. So you're misunderstanding this after all. This is a bit pathetic. I guess he never told you about the important stuff. Tell me about what? What important stuff? Kyle doesn't hide anything from me. What are you talking about? I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. I'm sure you'll find out for yourself eventually. Anyways, I wish you good luck. Don't go saying that I didn't warn you. I told you it's not a good plan to marry that man. What? Please, tell me. Is Kyle really hiding something from me? Hey, tell me right now. Don't go without telling me first. Mrs. Craigson, please rehire Kyle. Or else we'll have to leave the house and sell it. We don't want to do that. I'm not Mrs. Craigson anymore. You can call me Ms. Smith. But I'd prefer you just didn't talk to me at all, though, as I've mentioned several times in the past. Anyway, I warned you ages ago what was going to happen, so don't come complaining to me. I guess he didn't tell you because he was acting all tough and capable of handling everything. You should have realized sooner that a man who gets divorced by cheating on his wife is no decent man to get married to. Why would I let him stay in the company that has been in my family for generations after he cheated on me and we got divorced? I didn't know that it was your company. I thought it was Kyle's. He never told me that he was working for you. I thought you didn't have a job. To tell you the truth, it's my grandpa's company. But soon he'll be retiring and passing it on to my dad. He'll be the next CEO in a few years. The original plan was that my dad would pass it on to Kyle sometime in the future after he retired. If that's the case, then you should bring him back to the company. What will happen to the company without him? I'm sure it'll be at a disadvantage. Don't you feel sorry for your ex-husband? Did you ever actually love and care for him at all? Who do you think you're talking to? The jilted wife who was lashing out and ruining a man's professional life out of jealousy. You worked in our house for years. You saw how well I treated him. I felt like a maid myself, trying to make the man happy. I don't know how you could say something like that with a straight face. I don't want to hear any more mention about maids. You were never a maid. You were just a whiny handful. And I'm not a maid anymore. I'm the new Mrs. Craigson. I can say whatever I want now. You no longer get to control me. Didn't I tell you that the company is owned by my family? So what? What does that have to do with anything? You don't own the company. Your grandpa does. Plus, I never saw you go to work or anything. I doubt you contribute to the company at all. You think you have power to do anything you want in the company just because your grandpa is the CEO? You have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a member of the board of directors. Just because the laziest maid we ever hired never saw me working doesn't mean that I don't do anything. I separate my work life and private life. But every morning I leave early to go to work. Where did you think I went every morning? Really? You actually were working all those years? I thought you were just going out shopping or meeting with friends. Who goes shopping at 7 in the morning? You're almost impressively oblivious. Every maid in the house knew about it except for you. I guess you were too busy trying to ensnare my husband to notice anything else. That's because Kyle made it sound like he didn't work. He also said you eat up all his money even though you do nothing at all. I believed him because I never saw you do much at home. You just watch TV and talk to your friends on the phone. That's all a lie. It's actually the other way around. He was the one who didn't do anything, even though he would say he was working. He was actually going out sleeping around with other women instead of actually working. What do you mean, other women? He's been only with me these past few years. I thought he was being suspicious, so I got a detective to follow him and report what he was doing. No way. You mean he was sleeping with women other than me? Why don't you go and ask him about that? I can't believe you never found anything suspicious about him. You're so oblivious. Anyways, the company is much better off with him gone. We've cut down on expenses by having one less useless worker to pay for. There's no way you're taking him back. You two will both have to look for new jobs, I guess. You mean he's been deceiving me this whole time? I thought I was finally going to start living large and not worry about money anymore. Living large? You're funny. You really think you're going to live large after this? Since you two will have to leave the house soon, you'll go back to your old life. Actually, I doubt you'll find another job that paid you as well as I did. What do you mean we're leaving the house? Are you kicking us out? Well, of course. It's my house. You two don't get to live there anymore. What? Nobody ever told me that. That can't be true. I guess everyone but you knew about it once again. How many things is it now that you didn't know? Do you know anything about the situation at all? That can't be true. There's no way this house is yours. It's Kyle's. No, it's mine. You can go ask him if you can't believe me. Anyways, I want you to pack everything you own and leave by the end of the month. I have my lawyer informed about that too, so he should be contacting you soon. If you have questions, please ask my lawyer. Not me, alright? No, I don't want to leave. I really want to live here with Kyle. Miss Smith, please, help us out. You can't abandon us like this. You need to help us or we'll go bankrupt. So please, help us. We have to look for new jobs and we might not be able to afford the alimony. You two can figure it out. It's none of my business. Like I said, if you have anything to say, go tell it to my lawyer. He'll make sure you guys understand everything you need to about the alimony. Also, all the other maids will be staying on at the house with me. It should go without saying, though, since there's no way you guys could afford to pay their salaries. What? Then who will take care of us after that? Who knows? Nobody, I guess. I hope you haven't forgotten how to cook, although your cooking never was all that good. No, please, let me have the experience of what it's like to have luxurious life. Even just for a little while. Maybe for 1 year. That's all I ask. 1 year. So please, let us dream for 1 year, or we'll be left with nothing. I can give you a new job if you would like, though you might not like it. Really? Will you really give me a new job? I'll do anything. Yeah, you can be my maid again. In fact, both you and Kyle can work together for me. Wouldn't that be nice, since you two will get to be near each other a lot? But I'll have the other maids train you very harshly since you lack professionalism. No way. I don't want to go back to being a maid. I would never work for you again, even if I died. That's too bad. Then you'll have to go look for a job yourself. But see the mess you're in now. You didn't really plan things out very well, did you? You were so blinded with greed that you couldn't see the truth about the situation you were in. It's your fault for blindly trusting whatever he said. Maybe things would have been different if you had actually tried to be professional. That's not fair. I just didn't know. I just wanted to believe in Kyle. You can save all of your excuses. I don't want to hear any more. You can blame it all on whatever you want, but you made the decision to sleep with him and push me out, and now you're reaping the benefits of that. The two fools now have to take care of each other as best they can since they're both out of a job. They were stubborn and tried to squat in the house even after they were supposed to leave. In the end, I had to have them forcibly removed, and now they live in an old and moldy apartment in a shady neighborhood. They have to work multiple jobs to make ends meet and stay on top of the alimony that Kyle owes me. Hopefully, they both really, truly love each other, and it was all worth it.
This is Freya's number, right? My name's Beth.
Beth? I'm not sure I know a Beth.
Yes, Beth.
I don't mean to be rude, but who are you? And why are you messaging me out of the blue like this?
Huh? You really don't know who I am?
There's no Beth among my friends or colleagues, so yes, I can only conclude I don't know you.
Are you serious? You don't know me? Did you hit your head or something?
Must you insist on not telling me who you are? We'll never get anywhere like this.
Oh, you speak like a nerd.
I don't mind if I sound like a nerd one bit. If you refuse to get to the point, we have nothing further to discuss.
No, wait. Fine, I'll get to the point. You gave birth to Zach's baby, right? I saw it on Facebook.
You know my page?
I tracked you down by looking through Zach and his friends' lists.
I see.
Anyway, nice job on the birth. You did great. I'll be coming to collect Zach and his son now.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Which part did you not get?
It's only natural to request elucidation when presented with such an outlandish statement, is it not? Why would I hand over my husband and son to some stranger messaging me out of the blue?
You're the stranger here.
I don't follow.
Don't get me wrong, do appreciate you giving birth to Zach's son for me, but I'll be taking them now.
What? Why would I give you my newborn baby and husband? They have nothing to do with you, and you're making no sense.
It's not going into that thick skull of yours, is it? The baby's been born now, so you outlived your use. Thanks for that, but I'll be taking over from here. We don't need you anymore. You're fired. Make this easy on yourself. Just hand over Zach and the baby and get out of the house.
Are you insane?
You still don't get it? I think you might actually be lacking in brain cells.
I'm pretty sure that's my line. What the heck do you think gives you the right to demand I give you my newborn baby and husband?
Isn't it obvious? I'm his real wife.
What?
I can't have kids on my own. But you must know how Zach needed to produce a successor to take over his dad's company. Which is why we had you act as a surrogate for us.
A surrogate? What the?
Aw, sorry to say it, but that means we're done with you now. Thanks for laying the groundwork for me, Zach, and our little one to live out the rest of our lives in happiness. But I'll be taking up the wheel from here, so you need to hurry up and get out of the car, if you catch my drift. By that, I mean he's divorcing you. LOL! Oh, yeah. That reminds me, I have to thank Zach for his efforts in tolerating you all this time so me and him could realize our dream of having a baby. We have our entire future to discuss. Hey, Zachykins. Long time no see. It's me, Beth.
Huh? Beth? Hi, yeah. It's been a while. Did I forget to block you? Bye.
Hey, wait. Don't be like that. Is that any way to speak to your future wife?
What the hell are you talking about? We broke up 5 years ago. I have a wife and kid now.
Yep, I know.
You knew, but you're still messaging me with this crap?
Obviously. Of all the guys I've dated, you were number one. The kindest, the funniest, the best looking, the tallest, and you had the fattest wallet. I heard through the grapevine you just had a baby. So I thought this was the perfect chance to discuss getting married.
What the? How did you know?
I saw the birth announcement on Freya, your temporary wife's Facebook page.
How did you find her account?
Teehee, I'm quite resourceful when I want to be. Don't worry, I sent her a text thanking her for everything she's done for us.
What? A text? How do you have her number?
So, get this. Just recently, I was speaking to Chris, one of mine and Freya's shared friends. I figured he'd have it, but when I asked, he said he didn't because they drifted apart. However, they were both still in an old group chat from way back. So we lifted it from there. Clever, right? I said I'd pay for all his drinks that evening if he gave me it. Suffice to say, I didn't need to ask him twice.
God damn it, Chris!
Anyway, shall we get down to business? When can I move in?
What?
What do you mean, what? You should be more enthusiastic about this. Now that Freya gave birth to our baby, you can get rid of her, right? What use is she now? If we leave it too long, the baby's gonna get attached to the wrong mom. We have to perform the mommy switch immediately. There's no time to waste.
What in God's name are you talking about? Cut it out! This isn't funny.
Good, because I'm not joking.
Freya is my wife, my kid's mother. You are neither, and you never will be.
What? OMG! Now that I think about it, you did marry her. What was it, 3 years ago? Uh-oh. You didn't develop feelings for her, did you?
What the hell kind of question is that? I married her precisely because I had feelings for her, because that's how marriage works, isn't it? Our baby was born as a result of those feelings.
I guess it's not the weirdest thing in the world that you'd start to believe you had feelings for someone after 3 years together. Okay, it's decided. I'll be moving in with you this weekend.
What?
I'm gonna start getting ready straight away. Make sure you kick her out as soon as I get there, okay? It would just be awkward if we had a third wheel hanging around. Me, you, and our baby are gonna live happily ever after. It's time for our fairy tale to begin. My precious love pumpkin. You'll remember the feelings for me, and the flame of our passion will be reignited before you know it. I'm sure of it.
Do not come to our house!
Okay, baby. See you this weekend.
Freya? You didn't happen to get a weird message from a woman called Beth by any chance, did you?
Zach. Yes, I did. She said she's your real wife. She said I have to give her our baby. That I have to give her Matthew. I can't deny it, Zach. What she said terrified me. I locked myself in the bedroom with Matthew.
That woman! I can't believe she said all that crap to you. And barely 5 minutes after you've given birth.
Who is she?
She was one of the junior employees at the company I worked at before I changed jobs. For a time, she was my girlfriend.
What does "for a time" mean?
We only dated for 3 days. She started pestering me to buy her a $250 bag the day after she asked me out. She was so relentless that any interest I had in her basically disappeared straight away. The day after that, I found out she was cheating on me. I broke up with her on the spot. She begged me non-stop to get back with her for the whole 6 months until I left the company. It was so severe, I'm pretty sure I could have reported her to the cops for harassment.
I see. That explains a lot. Okay, I understand.
Do you believe me?
Of course I do, honey. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little shocked at first. But when I calmed down and thought about what she was actually saying, I realized it was full of contradictions.
Contradictions?
First of all, she seemed to be completely unaware that your dad's company had gone bankrupt.
Really?
Yeah. She said you needed a son to inherit the business. When I realized that, it dawned on me that she probably also didn't know you married into my family and took my name.
I see. Anyway, I'm just happy you were able to keep such a cool head and think things through logically. I'm so sorry to drag you into my past, babe. I know this is the last thing you need right now.
Don't be silly, Zach. You have nothing to apologize for. Nothing you could have done would have prevented your psycho ex and this creepy baby-stealing crusade of hers.
Thank you. I feel a lot better hearing you say that. That said, I have absolutely no idea where she is or what she's gonna do. And she's clearly got a screw loose. So I think it would be best to take a few precautions just in case she does anything dangerous.
I couldn't agree more.
I just got off the train. I'll be home in 10 minutes.
Okay, got it.
Zach! It's me, your one and only soulmate, Beth! I just arrived. Where are you? You're not out, are you?
What? You seriously came?
Of course!
Didn't you say you were coming at the weekend?
Listen, about that. They stopped the water and gas supply at my apartment! All I did was forget to pay the bills for a few months. I mean, seriously, what kind of company does that? The landlord caught wind of it and kicked me out. I mean, seriously, what kind of landlord does that? Not like it matters though, cause I'm gonna be your wife starting from today.
Freya is my wife!
Sure, for now. I can't pretend it doesn't stink a little that you married another woman. But I know it was a necessary evil, and we were never gonna be able to have a baby if we didn't use her. So, I can live with it. You need to get rid of her ASAP, though. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives! We can finally be together forever! Me, you, and our baby. Let's build a life full of warmth, love, and happiness.
By the way, where are you?
In front of your house, sweetie. I rang the doorbell, but you or Freya are nowhere to be seen.
We're both at home.
Huh? Really? Open the door then, silly. I'm gonna freeze out here.
That's strange. I can't see anyone outside.
What? You can't? That really is strange. This is the place your parents gave you, right?
Huh? Oh, my parents' place. Well, that explains it. That's not where we are.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't mind waiting. I'll be here till you get back, okay? Hey, Zach, where are you?
Why are you spam calling me?
I accidentally filed for marriage with your little brother!
What?
I got carried away in all the excitement and I didn't realize it was his name on the papers! So it all went down like this. I was waiting outside your parents' house when Jack and your parents came back, right? They were absolutely thrilled when I told them I came to marry their son. We were all in a great mood, so we decided to go to the registry office together straight away. I mean, no time like the present, right? But just as I was checking through the documents at reception after everything had been finalized, I realized the name written on the husband column wasn't Zach, but Jack! What am I supposed to do now? This can't be happening! Where does this leave our plan to live a happily ever after with our new baby? We have to do something!
Sorry, but this has nothing to do with me. Fix it yourself.
Why?
I'm not in contact with any of my family. I cut them out of my life way back.
Huh? What the? Why?
By the way, my brother Jack just got through his third divorce. My toxic parents have played favorites with us ever since we were kids. I always got treated like crap while the golden boy got showered with love and affection. He always got whatever he wanted. Not only that, but they have a habit of bullying and manipulating his wives financially. As a result, It became an established tradition for his wives to run away in secret in the middle of the night. Each and every one of them demanded compensation through the divorces for how horribly they were treated. Word of my parents' behavior made its way to my dad's company, and its reputation took an enormous hit, which it proved incapable of surviving. That's why it went bankrupt.
Your dad's company went bankrupt?
All he has left to show for the years of blood, sweat, and tears that went into building it now is debt, and lots of it.
Debt?
I gotta admit, I didn't think anyone would be crazy enough to marry into that family again. But needless to say, they didn't give up in their hunt for new victims, and if anything, probably stepped it into high gear after the bankruptcy. You showed up out of the blue offering your hand in marriage must have been a godsend to them. It's only natural they'd be over the moon. You should have been more specific about which son you meant.
Wait, what? No! You're my husband, not Jack! You! Save me quickly, please!
You know, it's funny. I don't think you're even aware. But this whole time, you've been harping on about the baby. You never once asked about its name or gender, did you? Come to think of it, you literally haven't shown an interest at all.
Huh?
It just proves that the baby was only ever a tool for you to get what you wanted and obtain your twisted vision of a happy life. Is there a man on Earth who'd want to marry a woman like that?
You do, right? It's you I want.
You know what? I'm just gonna block you. First of all, I cut the friend who leaked Freya's private information to my psycho ex out of my life after giving him hell for what he did. Both Freya and I changed our phone numbers, and we took all legal measures we possibly could. I'm already in the process of changing jobs again, and we plan on moving away before the end of this year. As for Beth, she now lives in a hellish world of her own creation. Jack and my parents, determined not to let bride number 4 escape, put in place a rigorous system of rules, restraints, and surveillance, not to mention took control of her bank account. On top of that, they're constantly reminding her of her duties and obligations to provide them with a grandchild and successor. I hear she still hasn't told them she has a genetic condition that makes her incapable of having children. I can't say I feel bad for her. They're all as bad as each other, and they all deserve everything they get. I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of entertaining watching it all play out from the sidelines.